In this problem, we want to solve this rational equation. So we got y plus 7 over y minus 5 is equal to y plus 10 over y minus 6. Okay. First step, factor all our denominators. Well, these can't be broke down any further. Step 2, figure out our LCM of all our denominators and multiply everything by them. I'll start with my first factor, the y minus 5. Now I'm looking for the greatest number of y minus 5s in any single denominator. There's one here, there's none here, so the greatest number of y minus 5s in any single denominator is 1. Now I go to my next factor, the y minus 6, and I'm looking for the greatest number of y minus 6s in any single denominator. There's none here, there's one here, so the greatest number of y minus 6s is 1. So this is our LCM, and we'll multiply it times our first fraction, and we'll multiply it times our second fraction. Well, the y minus 5 is going to cancel here, and the y minus 6 is going to cancel here. Let's see what we have left. We have y minus 6 times y plus 7. And over on this side we have y minus 5 times y plus 10. Now we want to multiply these together. So I'll take this y, multiply it times the y here, and times the 7. Well, y times y is y squared. Y times 7 is 7y. Then we're going to take the negative 6, and we'll multiply it times the y and times the 7. Well, negative 6 times y is negative 6y. Negative 6 times 7 is negative 42. Over on the right side, we'll take this first term, the y, multiply it times the y over here, and times the 10. Well, y times y is y squared. Y times 10 is 10y. Then we'll take our second term, the negative 5, multiply it times y and times 10. Negative 5 times y is negative 5y. Negative 5 times 10 is negative 50. No matter where you are in math, you should combine together like terms. We got y squared, and then 7y minus 6y gives us a positive 1y, or positive y, minus 42. Over on the right side, we got 10y minus 5y, that gives us a positive 5y, minus 50. Now this appears like it's a quadratic, because we got y squareds, but notice that both sides have a y squared. If you have the same term on both sides, you can just drop it. So that gives us y minus 42 is equal to 5y minus 50. Let's say you don't remember that. A little trick. Well, if you go ahead and get everything over one side, it's going to be obvious. The y squareds will disappear. And you're going to be left with a linear equation. And to solve a linear equation, we go through our steps. First step is to get rid of parentheses. Don't have any. Second step is to get rid of fractions. Don't have any. Third step is get everything with y on one side, everything else on the other side. So I'm going to take this 5y, move it to the left side. Then I'll take this negative 42 and move it to the right side. You take anything across your equals, your sign changes. We got y minus 5y is equal to negative 50 plus 42. At any step, combine together like terms. Y minus 5y is negative 4y. Negative 50 plus 42 gives us negative 8. Now our last step in solving a linear equation is to divide both sides by negative 4. The number that's in front of our y. I'm going to do that. These negative 4's cancel. And negative 8 divided by negative 4 gives us a positive 2. This is probably our answer. Our step 4 of solving rational equations says to semi-check your answer. We don't need to fully check it. You just got to make sure this doesn't cause any denominator to equal 0. If I put that back in up here, 2 minus 5, that's not 0. 2 minus 6, that's not 0. So that's our answer. Actually, the answers that would have caused us problems if I'd come up with y equals 5. If I'd put that back up here, 5 minus 5 would have gave us 0. Or if I'd come up with y is equal to 6. 6 minus 6 would have gave us 0. So y is equal to 2 is fine.